Assalamu alaikum everyone. We'll continue with the same chapter, that is chapter 3b, elasticity of demand, and we'll be studying the methods of measuring price elasticity of demand. So we have seen the concept of elasticity of demand. We have seen the types of price elasticity of demand. So we know that we have to calculate the change in quantity demanded due to change in price, or we should know by how much percentage the demand have changed, and all this is done in elasticity of demand. But today we'll study that which method should be followed to measure the change in demand due to change in price. The first method is ratio or percentage method. Ratio method is developed by Professor Alfred Marshall. According to this method, elasticity of demand is measured by dividing the percentage change in demand by the percentage change in price, which is the very basic definition of elasticity of demand. Percentage method is also known as arithmetic method. As we can see on the slide, the formula is percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in price. And we can see the example as well. Earlier, the price was 20. It has increased from 20 to rupees 25. And the quantity demanded was 10 kgs and it has decreased from 10 to 9 kgs. You can see in the example that because of the rise in price, the quantity demanded is decreasing. That is the law of demand. That is, if price will increase, the quantity demanded will decrease. Now we'll calculate by how much percentage it is changing. If you'll put all the numbers in formula, that is the change in quantity demanded. How much is the quantity demanded changing? By 1 kg. And how much is the change in price? It is 5, right? So 1 divided by 5, you'll get 0.4. 0.4 is less than 1. The elasticity of demand is less than 1. So we can say that the elasticity is, or the demand is, relatively inelastic. Because of the formula, with the help of the formula, we are calculating the elasticity of demand, which is coming to 0.4, which is less than 1, and which indicates that it is relatively inelastic, as we have seen in the previous lecture. So this is the first method of measuring price elasticity of demand. The second method is total expenditure method. This method was developed by Professor Alfred Marshall as well. In this method, total amount of expenditure before and after the price change is compared. Here, the total expenditure refers to the product of price and quantity demanded. How much you are demanding a product multiplied by the price of that product will give you total expenditure. In this method, you will have to remember 3 concepts: relatively elastic demand, unitary elastic demand, and relatively inelastic demand. How Professor Alfred Marshall have explained these 3 terms? When with the given change in the price of a commodity, total outlay increases, elasticity of demand is greater than 1. That is, if your total expenditure increases because of the change in price, then the demand is elastic. Similarly, when price falls or rises, total outlay does not change or remains constant, then elasticity of demand is equal to 1. That is unitary elastic demand. That is, the change in price will bring about no change, or the demand will remain constant in case of unitary elastic demand. And the last one is relatively inelastic demand. That is, when a given change in price will bring about a decrease in the total outlay, then the elasticity of demand is less than 1. That is, it is relatively inelastic demand. That is, because of the change in price, your total expenditure decreases, then it is relatively inelastic demand. We can see from the example now. A is the original price, that is rupees 10 per unit, and quantity demanded is 6 units. Therefore, the total expenditure is rupees 60. When price rises to rupees 20, the quantity demanded falls to 5 units, and the total expenditure incurred is rupees 100. In this case, the total outlay is greater than the original expenditure. Earlier it was 60, now it is 100, so the expenditure is increasing. Hence, in the given example, elasticity of demand is greater than 1, that is relatively elastic demand. Now we'll see example B. The original price is rupees 30 and the quantity demanded is 4 units. When price rises to rupees 40, the quantity demanded falls to 3 units. The total expenditure incurred is rupees 120. In this case, the total expenditure is constant, is equal. That is, earlier it was 120 and now again it is 120. Even though the quantity demanded have decreased, but the total expenditure is constant. So there is no change in total expenditure. So this is called as elasticity of demand is equal to 1, that is unitary elastic demand. And the third example, example C, is the original price is rupees 50 and the quantity demanded is 2 units. So the total expenditure is 50 into 2, 100 rupees. Now the price increases from 50 rupees to 60 rupees, and because of the increase in price, the quantity demanded is falling from 2 units to 1 unit, and the total expenditure is rupees 60. So if we'll compare the total expenditure, earlier it was 100, now it is 60. There is decrease in the total outlay, in the total expenditure. So this is called as elasticity of demand is less than 1, that is relatively inelastic demand. So in short, in case of total expenditure method, your elasticity of demand totally depends on your expenditure. If your total expenditure increases, then elasticity of demand is greater than 1, that is it is relatively elastic. If your total expenditure remains constant, then it is unitary elastic. And if your total expenditure decreases, then it is relatively inelastic, that is your elasticity of demand is less than 1. The third and the last method of measuring price elasticity of demand is point or geometric method. Professor Alfred Marshall has developed this method as well to measure the elasticity of demand, which is known as point method or geometric method. The ratio method and total outlay method are unable to measure the elasticity of demand at given point on the demand curve. So they are restricted. At any point on the demand curve, elasticity of demand is measured with the help of this particular formula, that is lower segment of the demand curve divided by upper segment of the demand curve. The demand curve may be either linear demand curve, that is straight line, or it can be a non-linear demand curve, that is a convex curve. The first picture depicts the linear demand curve. When the demand curve is linear, that is straight line, we extend the demand curve to meet the y-axis and x-axis, that is we join the axis. Now price elasticity of demand at x-axis is 0 and at y-axis is infinite, and different points are plotted on the curve, and by using the formula lower segment upon upper segment, you can calculate the price elasticity of demand. And as shown in the diagram, different points depict different elasticity. That is, if your answer for the formula, if you put the numbers examples in the ratio, that is lower segment upon upper segment, and you get the answer as 0, then elasticity is 0, that is perfectly inelastic demand. Or if you get a number say 0.4, then it is relatively inelastic. And if you get the ratios answer as 1, then it is unitary elastic. Or it could be relatively elastic demand, that is ED is greater than 1. Or it could be ED is equal to infinite, that is perfectly elastic demand. So by plotting different points on the curve, you will get different numbers, and based on that you will compare it with the formula, that is ED is equal to infinite or 1 or less than 1 or greater than 1, and accordingly elasticity of demand will be calculated. For example, at point M, the point elasticity is infinite because the upper segment is 0 and the lower segment is infinite. So perfectly elastic demand. Similarly, at point N, the point elasticity is 0 because the lower segment is 0 and the upper segment is can be calculated further, so it is perfectly inelastic demand. The second picture depicts non-linear curve. When the demand curve is non-linear, that is convex to the origin, to measure the price elasticity of demand, we have to draw a tangent which touches the demand curve, and then accordingly we have to plot the points and use the formula lower segment upon upper segment to calculate the elasticity of demand. Through this method, we can find out ED is equal to 1, that is unitary elastic demand, or ED is greater than 1, relatively elastic demand, or ED is less than 1, relatively inelastic demand, or ED is equal to infinite, or ED is equal to 0. That is all 5 types of price elasticity of demand. So what we have to do here is we have to draw a tangent which touches the demand curve, and then according to the given example we have to plot the points, and then when we put the points in the formula we get a particular answer. For example, if your answer comes to 0.4, then you should know that it is less than 1, and less than 1 means relatively inelastic demand. In this way, the price elasticity of demand is calculated in case of point or geometric method. So we have studied the methods of measuring price elasticity of demand today, that is ratio method, ratio percentage method, total expenditure method, and point or geometric method. All 3 methods are very much important as far as your board exams are concerned. And that's all for today. Thank you.